All right, welcome fellow anti-cold warriors. If you're already starting to feel that winter chill and reaching for an extra blanket, well, this is the mission briefing you've been waiting for. We are going to turn this chilly season into your own personal power-up period.
So let's start by just reframing how we think about this. The arrival of the major snow solar term, it's not a signal to just hibernate and admit defeat. No way! It's actually a strategic opportunity. You should think of it as the perfect time to build up your internal strength and really fortify your body for the entire year ahead.
And that brings us to the big question, right? As that cold really starts to set in, are you feeling kind of drained and chilly, or are you fired up and ready to go? Our core mission today is to transform you from feeling cold into a self-heating, high-efficiency human furnace.
This all ties back to this amazing concept called winter hiding wellness. See, major snow isn't just a date on the calendar. In ancient wisdom, it's seen as this golden window of opportunity to store up your vital energy, your chi, and build this incredibly powerful foundation of health that's going to last you all year long.
Okay, so now for the fun part, the practical tools for our mission. We are going to stock your arsenal with 3 incredibly powerful soups, and each one has a very specific job when it comes to firing up that internal furnace.
First up, we've got our foundational fix. I want you to think of this 8-treasure black rice porridge as your body's gentle, behind-the-scenes logistics officer. Its whole job is to quietly and super effectively reinforce your core energy reserves without putting any stress on your system.
So let's break this down because it's pretty cool how it works. Every single ingredient here has a super specific job. You've got the black rice and beans. Think of them as the main fuel source for your kidneys, which are seen as the root of all your body's energy. But right, what good is fuel if you can't even absorb it? That's where the YAM comes in. It strengthens your whole digestive system. It's literally a perfectly coordinated team, all working together to recharge your body's main battery.
All right, now for those of you who just feel cold all the time, you know who you are. Your hands and feet feel like blocks of ice. This one's for you. This is your combat upgrade. The Angelica Ginger Mutton Soup is like a high-powered, cold-dispelling missile. It's designed for a direct and really potent warming effect.
Now, the real power here isn't just one ingredient, it's the synergy. The mutton provides that raw heating power, it's the heavy artillery. Then you have the ginger, which acts like an accelerator, just blasting that cold out of your body. But all that heat is no good if it's just stuck in your core, right? That is Angelica Root's job. It makes sure all this new warmth actually gets delivered to every last fingertip and toe by boosting your circulation.
And finally, let's talk about our daily driver. This is by far the simplest, most accessible tool in our whole arsenal. Just think of this brown sugar ginger jujube tea as your personal, on-demand warmth secretary, ready for a quick boost anytime you need it.
You know, the beauty of this tea is just how simple and effective it is. The ginger gives you that deep internal warmth. The jujube dates, they reinforce your body's defensive energy. It's kind of like strengthening the walls of your castle. And a little bit of brown sugar gives you that immediate hit of energy. It's your perfect everyday defense against the cold.
Okay, now for some really crucial intelligence. Because activating your furnace isn't just about what you do, it's also about what you don't do. Knowing these pitfalls is absolutely essential if you want to avoid mission failure.
So the first and biggest pitfall is a body type mismatch. Look, if you're naturally a fiery person who gets hot easily, adding more warming herbs is like pouring gasoline on a fire. It's not going to end well. And on the flip side, if you tend to feel heavy and sluggish, a really rich, greasy soup is only going to make things worse. The mission fails if you use the wrong fuel for your engine. Simple as that.
Okay, this one is a critical rule of engagement. You got to remember this. When your body's already in the middle of a battle, fighting off a fever, sore throat, indigestion, all of its energy has to go to the front lines. If you throw a rich, heavy soup at it, you're basically giving your army a second, totally unnecessary job to do during a war. So you halt all those supplements and just let your body focus on healing.
And here we have a classic case of ingredient conflict. This piece of ancient wisdom is beautifully simple. Ginseng is famous for building up your body's vital energy, your qi. Radish, on the other hand, is known to break down and move that qi downwards. So if you eat them together, you're pretty much canceling out all the benefits of that expensive ginseng you bought.
Your timing is a strategic choice. It really is. Having these powerful, energy-rich soups in the morning or afternoon gives your body the entire day to process and actually use that fuel. But drinking them late at night, that puts a heavy burden on your kidneys right when they're supposed to be resting, which can mess with your sleep and just totally work against your body's natural rhythms.
All right, so let's see how all of this builds up to the master strategy. Because true, lasting warmth, what we're calling a constant temp furnace body, it comes from holistic lifestyle habits, not just from what's in your soup bowl. This is about creating a system that not only generates its own heat, but just as importantly, knows how to preserve it.
So think of this as building your external armor. Protecting these 3 key zones is absolutely non-negotiable. So why these 3? Well, your head and neck are where your body's warming energy is most vulnerable to outside cold. Your abdomen houses your digestive and kidney systems, the actual engine of your furnace. And your feet, they're the furthest from your core, which makes them a natural entry point for cold. So locking these 3 areas down prevents all that precious internal heat from just escaping.
You know, the master strategy also involves this delicate dance between rest and movement. In winter, you really want to follow nature's cues and conserve your energy. That means sleeping early to preserve what's called your yang energy. Just think of it as your body's internal pilot light. Intense, sweaty workouts in the winter are like throwing a window wide open in a warm house. You're just losing all that precious heat you worked so hard to build. Gentle movement, though, that's crucial. It circulates the warmth without depleting it.
So, as we wrap up our mission briefing, what's the core philosophy here? Let's distill all of this amazing intelligence down to its most essential point.
And there it is. The ultimate takeaway is that this whole mission is about so much more than just soup. It's about creating an entire lifestyle of warmth and balance. The most effective strategy always combines smart nutrition with protective habits and, yeah, a peaceful state of mind.
So now the mission is in your hands. You have the intelligence, you have the tools. The only question left is, which soup are you going to start with to ignite that internal furnace and not just survive but thrive this winter? Your journey to becoming a human furnace starts now.